Hey, Internet. So we have a beautiful Gibson Custom Shop Black Beauty triple pickup and a beautiful Epiphone Black Beauty triple pickup fretless wonder. And we're going to compare them today and see how many people we can tick off again. Gibson versus Epiphone. Check it out. So hello, everybody. This is Chris McKee.
This is Cooper Greenberg.
We are here at Alamo Music Center in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, and you can find us online at alamomusic.com. So we are going to compare a Gibson and an Epiphone, and we've done this before, and last time I did this with a J200, an SJ200 versus, I think the Epiphone version is the EJ200, something to that effect. A lot of people got really upset with me and told me that I was an idiot in the comments because I said that the Epiphone was a bad acoustic guitar. And I didn't actually say that the Epiphone was a bad acoustic guitar. What I said was that it looked like the Gibson that cost $5,000 plus, but it wasn't as good as the Gibson, which I think Gibson kind of knows, which is why they charge $5,000 for one and not for the other, right?
That makes sense, yeah.
So I think it should kind of go without saying, but we'll say it anyway, that if a guitar costs around $600, $700, then a manufacturer feels that there's value in it at that price, and that if it was $7,000, people would not buy it because it would cost too much.
Yeah.
And that if a guitar is priced at around $6,000 or $7,000, that there's value there, and people are buying it for what it is at that price. So that kind of makes sense, right?
It makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so if you're still mad after that, I don't know what to tell you. If you bought those guitars or you bought this guitar, they're great guitars. I'm not saying they're bad guitars. I'm just telling you what it is. What we are trying to do is put these two in context. So they look pretty dang near the same, but they are very, very different in certain respects. So they are both Les Pauls. They are both Black Beauty models, right? Black Beauty models. This is a custom shop, 57 Black Beauty, made as effectively a clone. And we've done a review on this. So if you follow that link right there above Cooper's head, you'll see that link to that video and where we reviewed this guitar. So if you want real in-depth information about this, check that out. But it's effectively a clone. They've built this just like they did back in the day. It's an all mahogany guitar, nitro cellulose finish, hide glue construction, long tenon heel, custom buckers. And where the magic of this is both in the appearance of this kind of tuxedo black, 7-bound, white binding on the top and the back, and the 3 pickups. And the goal here is to really compare them. So this guitar effectively costs 10 times as much as that guitar. Pretty much exactly, right?
Yep.
And this is great. It's custom buckers, This has Alnico humbuckers. That's all that Epiphone tells us. They feel very different.
Yeah.
So you've played both, right? This is kind of a chunky C shape.
C shape, and this is somewhat of a D.
It's flatter, right?
It's flatter, yeah. You can really feel it,
And I've played some other brands that are also made overseas that have like the exact same neck carve.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So there's a similar neck carve going on there, and it's not bad. It's actually, I think it's more modern. So that is looking like this guitar, but it's more modern, right? And the pickups are great. I don't think they're as good. I don't think they're as musical, but they sound great.
Yeah.
And it costs 1/10. I think this is the important distinction. 1/10 of what this costs. And it has killer looks, like the custom split diamond inlay up there. Now, you notice it's different?
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It's like smaller.
It's a little thin guy up
Yeah,
there.
it's a smaller inlay.
Yeah.
Of course, the neck shape is different. The headstock is different. It says Epiphone. It doesn't say Gibson.
Got a different toggle. That's a big deal for me.
That's a deal breaker, right? It's got this nice amber color.
Amber,
You're black over there.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. How about the fretboard?
Fretboard, we working with a mahogany slab over here.
I think it's rosewood. Or Palfaro.
Something like that.
Their sidey stuff that took place where rosewood was difficult to import and export. Now that's gone away, but I'm not sure what they're using on that at this particular time.
You working with ebony over there?
Yeah, ebony. There's no rich light. It's ebony.
Yeah.
Right? As it should be. Mother of pearl block inlay. Mother of pearlish block inlay.
Pearlish, yeah.
So I think what the big thing is that what Epiphone's doing is really honoring this guitar by giving you something that has these looks and a similar tonality and feel at a very affordable price point. So I think there's a ton of value in that guitar at around $700. I would buy that all day, every day. I'd buy it for my kid. I think it's a killer guitar. It looks great. The Grover tuners are great. There is controversy. I think Philip McKnight's done some videos about this, or Philip Knight. Did I say McKnight? Knight, whatever.
Yeah.
Know Your Gear, great channel. He's talking about that. The Grovers are not always the same Grovers, but they're a step up from what you'd find on some lower price import guitars. So all in all, it's great. But we're going to compare them so that you can actually hear the difference. And what I'm going to say right off the bat, and Cooper, you tell me I'm stupid or I'm wrong or whatever.
Okay.
I think typically that these kinds of guitars really sound great in your bedroom. They really sound great on their own. And the only time I have ever found something that was lacking in the pickup department on them is when I'm playing with a group and I can't cut through the mix, or they sound more compressed and less musical compared to something like this, or just any other more expensive pickup. What do you think?
No, I think that makes sense. I think it reaches its peak in what you're talking about, maybe a practice setting or in a solo setting. But this guitar maybe is a little too much for that setting. It's perfect for.
This might not ever leave someone's practice room.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this guitar will blow you away anytime, and it deserves to be kind of the front man in a band explosion. You know, and this will cut through no matter what.
I'm the guy that plays out with expensive guitars.
Yeah.
I don't buy an expensive guitar that inspires me and that I love to play, and then buy a lesser guitar and leave that one at home. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I get that, though. This is a big investment, probably more so for a collector. But I think that if you've got the coin to drop on a guitar like this, and you play in a group, you should play it on stage, because that's where it really shines. But what's great about both of these guitars, so to digress, is the middle pickup.
Exactly.
The middle pickup rocks, right? And there's a certain character to it. There's a quacky, throaty, half-cocked wah sound that I love, and it's unique, and it's something that you can't get otherwise in like a typical Les Paul, right?
I think demo-wise, what we're about to play and listen to is, I have previously played this guitar, but the 2 pickup version. And before I got a hold of this one, it was hard to make a distinction.
A clear comparison,
right? Because my favorite tone by far on this guitar is the middle pickup. And so it was an even less fair, beforehand when we had both played them. Here in the store, it was tough to compare and say relatively this one is kind of the same because we didn't have this option. So, this one even takes it closer to where I think that if you love this guitar and you want to be spending $700 on a guitar, this is going to be the one, because you still get, even though the pickups are different, you still get the same type of tone and capabilities with this guitar. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, so let's go ahead and we'll put them through the paces, let you play through them, and we'll compare. Now, there's people going to say you really can't hear anything through YouTube. It's going to compress stuff. Yeah, that's true, but it's whatever you're starting with. You're going to hear a difference. So put on some headphones, take a listen, and see which one you prefer out of these. So here we go. So, two very similar looking guitars, very different feel, different sound, similar but different, very different prices. And there's something that I'm just going to qualify right now. There's going to be some people that say, well, you buy that guitar and you buy these pickups and you slap them in there and it'll sound the same. It won't. First of all, you can't really, Gibson doesn't sell custom buckers on their own. You can find some on the internet pulled from a custom shop or something, and you're going to pay through the nose for them. You'll probably still save money in the long run, but it won't feel like this, and it won't sound like this. This is a system, right? This all mahogany body with these pickups, with these pots, with these bumblebee capacitors, with the hand wiring, with the wiring that's used, with the ebony fingerboard. Like, it's all part of the mojo that's going on. Whether it's worth 10 times what that's worth, I think is that's up to you, right? It's up for debate. I have personally found that I prefer the stuff that comes out of the Gibson Custom Shop typically all the time. So if you can afford it, it's a great guitar and you won't regret it. But one heck of a guitar, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If you want a black Les Paul triple humbucker and you want to spend, less than $1,000, it's perfect for that, and you're not going to be disappointed because you know what you're getting. And yeah, it's a great guitar. If you want the same thing but you want to spend less than $10,000, go for that.
Yeah, it's under 10 grand.
Under
so
10 grand.
huge value there for a an heirloom quality guitar, something that you can leave to your family. And it's less than 10 grand. And you know what else is cheaper than? An actual Black Beauty from the 50s.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than that.
Yeah.
Or even a reissue from the 60s is cheaper than that too. So anyway, hopefully you guys aren't mad at us. I think it kind of speaks for itself. But if you're mad, oh well.
Whatever.
I'm going to lose lots of sleep over it. So if you are new here, we'd like you to continue watching. So please like our videos, subscribe, turn on notifications. And we're going to make videos for you. We're going to do reviews. We're going to do comparisons. We're going to talk about guitar-related topics because we're just like some guitar nuts hanging around here, right?
Yeah.
Like guitar, like playing guitar, like talking guitar, like flipping through guitar magazines and doing everything when it comes to guitar. So if you're like us, stick around, watch some more. And stay tuned because we have some more great playing from Cooper and some playing from me and some great reviews and stuff coming. So we'll see you next time.